Welcome traders, thank you very much for joining me. This is Mike Hamilton for Trade the Easy Way, and I want to take you through a few charts just as before we go into the weekend here. And this is the Dow on the daily chart. So what I'm doing with an instrument like this is where you clearly have a distribution pattern at the highs. I'm just shorting any highs. So we've had a couple of, a few sort of sweeps to the downside here, and we've had a lot of sellers at the highs, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Any high now, I'm just shorting, and you can see I've identified 735, looking to see if that can short, and in fact I'm actually short as we speak at the 730 mark, slightly underwater, just nothing in it. And we've got a couple of hours to go, so I'll see how we go into the close. In actual fact, and based on this price action at the moment, probability of that trade working out is not great, but it doesn't matter because I have got a closed stop and I have made a judgment on that, and I'm happy to take that trade. I am up on the day, based on the scalper score setups, which worked out well. Took a little bit of time to work out today's. Very slow. Just markets have basically not got a lot to chew on. Just anticipating retail sales tomorrow, and of course it's the rate rise or the potential rate rise next week. Okay, so if we don't see any selling into the close, and we close up here, then I'll just stand aside because that's just in no man's land really. Case for the bulls is we've got a golden cross. We are above the 200. We're above the 50, and so this could hold around here and push and even break out. Who knows? But unlikely. The path of least resistance, the setups that are working are setups that involve selling at the highs. So even though we're down here, I will still keep shorting to see if we can actually crack this support. Okay, so that's what I suggest you do. When you're under this much pressure, this much congestion above you, short the highs. If they stop working, then back off. If you get a runner, manage it and stay in it as long as you can, but not expecting too much. Certainly not the rest of the day. But you never know. You never know when this is going to go. So you just continue to short the highs and hope that if you catch these resistance levels, you are going to get 1, 2 or more days where you can fill your boots and top your account up. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with that one. Just I'm slightly in profit now as we've been speaking, so let's move on to another chart. Actually, before we move on, let's just dig down into sort of intraday setups and just have a look at what happened here. Yesterday we had a really nice push up. We had, this is what we set up. We had just before the open. So we had a higher close, and then off we went to the races, and we crashed into the fib area. All this is the fib range on the week. So it's not fibs based on that move, it's based on this action here. So the lows on the 3rd and the highs on the 6th. So all we did was run up into this resistance area. So you can see why I'm shorting here. This is 50%. So we pushed into 50%, I shorted. Managed my stop, got stopped out once I ran the stop down. So what did I do? It pushed back up again, I shorted. It's beginning to see some action, not much to the downside. Let's just see where we are. So I'll keep doing that until it stops working. So this is where a situation where the open trading range, the scalper score setups work. If you're patient and just let the open range set up, then you've got a move of about 100 and potentially 150 points, 130, 150 points the upside on the back of that scalper score setup. And then of course, as I say, I'm just looking for any resistance levels, any sell signals, because we are getting these kinds of moves. Okay, so we've got a much shorter sell here, so the chance of this selling is lower, but I will nonetheless keep doing it. Alright, just wanted to go through that with you. Let's move on now. So this is the pound versus the US dollar on daily, and you can see this year, this is 2015, so start of the year here, we sold, came to resistance, sold, came to resistance, sold, came to resistance, sold, etc. You get the picture. It's pretty much a big box where the highs were definitely selling into. The push to the upside has been, we had a push to the upside from April, May, June, little push into June, little push, little push. You can see the pushes to the high side, they're all getting lower highs. So this is, you know, seeing a lot of dollar strength, and this could just roll over and come and see, who knows, 145, who knows. So just be careful of that. What I'm doing is there's a bit of a hangman. So obviously no change in the rate decision, surprise, surprise. The UK really needs to let the US start to normalise first, rather than attract too much attention and see too much strength in the pound. So this hangman, tomorrow I will short into that resistance area and see if we can at least get a drop back down to this week's support. And then next week, who knows, we could roll over. Of course, close higher than this, and we could start pushing up into 152, 153. So that's my plan for the Euro US. You can see that major support down here, and of course the trend is down, no surprise, strength in the dollar, the highs that are selling, so we got this big move to the downside. Now we've had a couple of waves to the upside and struggling. I think we could come and see 111. It's just a question of whether we can pick up some support down here, 109, and then push up into 111. But we could just roll over, bearing in mind the trend we got and the huge amount of resistance above that. So I would just stand aside from that and let that one play out. No other charts of significance at the moment, particularly in this part of the week. And this is the Aussie US dollar. I'll just get my pen, and you can see the huge amount of resistance up here. Again, this could just roll over. All the time we are holding up here, we could equally come and test the 200. Alright, so overall, at this part of the week, I would just sit tight. And let's get the data out of the way tomorrow and see where we are. Okay, I hope that helps. I'm not in the trading room tomorrow because I don't open the trading room on the Friday. And so I will just stand aside, let the data come out, let the markets open, and take a look in the market at reversal times in the US session. Alright, if I don't speak to you again, enjoy the rest of, or enjoy your weekend, and I will make sure I do a good video for you over the weekend and get us prepared for the coming week. Alright, thanks very much and bye for now.